I can tell you very boldly that Nigerians have a very special relationship with Honda. And that's because even though Honda has disappointed us over the years by giving us cars that we are one of the most important days of your life, it's still the second most popular car brand in Nigeria, just after the Toyota. And today with me, I have a model that your father and your mother do not want you to buy, the Honda Accord Evil Spirit. You know, my name is Leke, and today I'll be explaining why it makes perfect sense to buy the Honda Accord 2008-2012 if you are looking for a splendid mid-size sedan that you can use as your daily driver. Come with me. Despite the fact that this car is almost 15 years old, the design doesn't still look old. You know, Honda has a way of making their cars look above average, especially with the Honda Accord model. It has a lot of creases and edges, and then the headlight is squinting, you know, like an angry bird, and that's what gave it the nickname Evil Spirit among Nigerians. The chrome beside these grills makes this car look more expensive than it actually is. Another distinctive feature in this car is the back tail lights. You know, the rear tail lights are very clear, and then it feels like they are inside the casing. This design is very nice, and immediately Honda incorporated it, other competitors started to put it in their own cars too. The aesthetics for this car makes it look very sporty. But one thing is that it rides quite low. The ride height is really low. And then once you get into areas with bad roads, you feel that most of the parts of this car are beginning to touch the floor. And then if you're a bad driver, it makes it even worse for you. For first timers, the infotainment system is pretty complicated because there are a lot of buttons, and there's no particular distinction between the buttons for the AC and buttons for the infotainment, even though the buttons for the AC are the ones that are up here and the infotainment are for the ones that are down here. I know for this car, it comes with three trims. The EX, the LX, and the ELX, which is the king of all trims. These forms determine whether you are going to get leather finishes or you are going to get wooden finishes. But then if you plan on enjoying this car to the best of it, you know which one to go for. I don't have to tell you, it's the ELX, the supreme, the king of them all. You know, you probably get a larger infotainment screen and you get leather finishes, or you get wooden finishes with that one. But then if you are buying this car, not as a brand new, which you probably are not going to buy as a brand new, you cannot really determine if you are going to get the ELX or this, except you specifically look out for it. And so for the driver's seat, you just kind of sit into the driver's seat and you sink in. There's no real adjustment for the driver's seat. There's no height. You cannot bring it up. You cannot take it down. To be honest, it's not particularly the best seat to sit and drive in. But apart from that, it's a really spacious car, and then it can sit 5 people conveniently. Honda says this car is a mid-size sedan, but if you measure it, that's a lie. This is a big sedan. So this car is powered by a 2.4 litre 4-cylinder engine or a 3.5 litre V6 engine that is paired with a 5-speed transmission. This car, from my experience driving it, it drives way smoother. It's more refined than its obvious competition, the Toyota Camry. However, it does not have all of that sports distance. So you really do not have to drive it into corners. You slow down when you drive into corners. No sudden accelerations. It's just a good-looking daily driver, basically. Personally, I advise that you avoid Nigerian used V6 engines because most of the ones that I've seen here in Nigeria are not in the best of shapes because they were not properly maintained. Apart from that, the 4-cylinder engines are way more rugged than the V6 engines here in Nigeria. And apart from the IV Tech for Honda, it also has VCM technology that helps in fuel consumption and petrol usage, because once you're on the highway, it kills up some parts of the engine that are not needed, and then your fuel usage is way higher. So this car is a very superb and efficient car as long as you are maintaining it properly. You are doing all the proper services and maintenance. But still, there are 4 common problems that plague this 8th generation Honda Accord here in Nigeria. But before we tell you these problems, you notice that you've not been liking our videos. So please, right now, like, share, subscribe, so that we can bring you more sweet content like this. Thank you. So the very first problem with this car is alternator problems. Once you notice that your battery starts discharging prematurely and then your battery check lights come on, you know that it's alternator changing time. The other day I was driving this Honda Accord Evil Spirit. I didn't tell the owner that I was going out with this car, and I entered one very big port. All of a sudden, I saw the battery check lights, and that's how I bought alternator of 25k. Sad story. Number 2 problem on our list is ignition coils. The Honda Accord is a car that likes to kill ignition coils way earlier than it's supposed to be. So once you begin to notice that your car is shaking on the road, you should check out for ignition coils. It's probably time to change it. Number 3 problem for this car is the blower motor. If the AC in this Accord stops working, you should check the air vents if air is coming out. And then if you check that, check the blower motor. If you pay close enough attention, you realize that there's a large sound coming from the pigeonhole in the passenger seat of this car. So number 4 issue in this car is suspension issues. If you are familiar with Nigerian roads, you know that almost every car in Nigeria has suspension issues. But then for the Honda, it is a plague. After Honda perfected the ball joint issues, they began to have shaft issues. You know, when you turn your steering to the end and you hear kakaka, just know that it's time to change your shaft in this car. So the Honda Accord Evo Spirit is the go-to car for people that are looking for stylish daily driver sedans with a budget of 2 to 3.5 million naira. I can assure you that if you keep this car in the best of conditions and you keep your engine maintained properly, you are going to enjoy this car so much. Parts for these cars are relatively cheaper than all the others in its class in Ladipo markets today. And I think that's all you need to know about the Honda Accord Evo Spirit 2008-2012. If you have not already liked this video, please like this video, subscribe, share to your friends, and you can tell us in the comment section why or why not you buy this car and your experiences with this car. Because me, I'll give you reasons why you should buy this car. So if you're not going to buy this car, please tell us why you want to buy this car. I'm Leke, and this is 234 Drive.